Hi. I should start by saying I'm a little bit nervous about this. I presented at Capital on Stage about a year ago, and I thought it went pretty well. I also thought all the other VCs presented pretty well, and it was pretty slick. And then when I read the Twitter feed later, it was like total carnage. I noted down, seriously, VCs can't present. This one's worse than the last. Or my personal favorite, the person who shared, I'm profoundly depressed. And so here I am again this year. I know what's going on Twitter this time. I have the graveyard shift. Stuff is made worse because we now have this ruthless voting system. Nonetheless, so I have notes this year because, it's high stakes. I would like to thank Arjun and Sander for giving me the opportunity to present, because I think what's interesting about this conference is that it represents one of the dynamics of our industry that isn't always made obvious when people are pitching to VCs. It feels very much like VCs have the upper hand, somehow distributing largesse. But the reality, as we know, as VCs, is that when an idea is great and when a team is great, stuff gets pretty damn competitive. And pitching against each other is, in fact, what we do all the time. So it's good to have that made explicit. With that in mind, I just want to make 3 simple points about Balderton, then I'm happy to take any questions people have, but I figure 3 is about the interest level at 6:15. So the 3 points are, the first thing is we are all former entrepreneurs. We think that, well, it depends what you're looking for from your VC, but we claim that our differentiation in the marketplace is that means we really understand some of the unique challenges associated with being an entrepreneur. At the most luminous end of our business, that's people like Bernal Liautaud, who founded Business Objects, Barry Maloney, who founded what is now the mobile phone operator O2, all the way down to lowly me. I ran operations for a technology company in the States that we sold to Microsoft, but for considerably less than Bernal sold Business Objects. Hence, I'm still here presenting to you people. Anyway, so we are former entrepreneurs. We take a really entrepreneur-centric view, and we try to have this sort of appropriate humility, therefore, in our dealings with you. The second point I want to make is that we are a Silicon Valley-style firm. Our origins are in Silicon Valley. We were the European arm of Benchmark Capital. We went independent from Benchmark as we found increasingly we were investing in the States and competitive with our sister parent firm. But we maintain close relations. So our origins are in Silicon Valley. We have a fund that is on the scale of the Silicon Valley firms, with $2 billion in committed capital and 100+ investments around the world. So one of the larger funds in Europe. And we have the ambition of the Silicon Valley firms. So over my last year in venture, I've realized I see a bunch of companies that are super great and that I wish I owned and that will make a ton of money for their founders, but nonetheless are not venture businesses or are not Balderton venture businesses, because we don't believe they can have a $1 billion exit. And so if you have an ambition that is less than that, that is perfectly legitimate and likely to be great for you, but it just means that it's probably not a match with Balderton, because we're looking for those really big global businesses. The last point I want to make in terms of why we're on a Silicon Valley model is that we have global reach. So it's a global world, we all know this, but Balderton tries to play to that by having experience around the world. So the thing that I think we're particularly adept at is taking European businesses to the States. We've had a bunch of European businesses that have relocated or that have at least opened up offices and cracked the US market, and it's something we think of as a particular specialty. So first 2 points, we're all entrepreneurs. Second point, we're a Silicon Valley-style firm, for better or worse. And then the third point is a success metric. I'm pretty sure everyone can come up with a stat that makes them look the best. Ours is that we have the most exits, over $250 million in Europe. So it's something we're proud of. Thank you.